everybody. We'll do some shout-outs in a bit.
Hello, everyone.
Fat Belly, thanks for this, has pointed out that Yasmin Alibi Brown on the Jeremy Vine show was saying that there are too many white Tory MPs. Now, I found out something interesting today. Whilst there aren't as many people of colour in Parliament as many people would like, it's incredibly diverse in terms of open sexuality. Can you guess which party has the most openly homosexual members?
It's got to be the Tories.
It is the Tory party, correct?
Do you know what? I've seen they are winning the gays. Do you know why though? The gays have got that pink dollar, man.
Of course.
They got the money, and they're like looking at Corbyn, Mister. I care about the community. The thing is, they fucked off the gays for the trannies, and now all the gays are like, nah, man, I'm not.
Do you know what? The more it goes on, the more I think like the Lib Dems. She's getting a peerage for fuck's sake. Just beggars belief, doesn't it?
Who is who? Joe, not Joe.
Yeah, Joe Swinson. It looks like she's getting a peerage.
No,
but here's the thing. Control. I do believe they've all spent too much fucking time on Twitter.
Yes, of course.
Way too much time on Twitter and thought, we know which way the wind's blowing. We got this sorted. I've been in a couple of Facebook groups. Well, we know about Labour people on Facebook groups. And it's fucking... There's a lot of Holocaust denial in this Facebook group. They've all been on there thinking, I know which way the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
And of course, as soon as you get off Twitter, the wind isn't blowing in that direction at all.
No.
In fact, the wind is blowing in a very different direction. In Scotland now, they're trying to put through some new laws for trans people for self-ID and making it simpler so you don't need psychiatrists. And you can change your birth certificate because you should not be limited by the sex that's on your birth certificate. But cis women, and that's so fucking insulting, isn't it? Cis. Will still be protected with the only spaces, but here's the problem. On now the self-IDs people's birth certificates, it'll say female, and it'll be illegal to ask them if they've got a GRC. So you'll never know, and you won't be. So they'll still be allowed into women-only spaces. I bumped into some... what a complete twat he was. Aidan Comerford. I'm going to talk more about him on Thursday. But someone said, do you think it's right that young girls have to share a changing room and be exposed to a penis? And he said, yes. Because you're not thinking about the trans girls that wish they could be separated from their penis. These people are winning.
Yeah. No, they are.
To the detriment of the trans community, because they're winning on Twitter. They're winning over the politicians that spend time on Twitter thinking they're going to get a vote here.
Well, because
down the line,
they get lots of likes and retweets and lots of yes queens, but they don't realise.
And the SNP are well into it because it's them that want to push this through. It's all going to backfire because there's no balance anymore. There's no balance. But I don't want to get... I'm already starting to get dark. I'm going to save that for Thursday.
You know what, though? The one and only thing with that is like, well... the crime statistics, what has happened since we've got mixed changes? Because here's the thing, that the plan was to allow people into other spaces, allow trans people in if they identify. And you know what? That's kind of been a thing for years, and it has happened on a if someone's passing or whatever, it's happened and it's okay and it's done. The idea was they thought, we'll do that, but companies, when given that responsibility, don't know how to enforce it because they're not going to check what's between your legs. They can't do it. So they just made everything unisex. That's the reality. That's what happened. And
now
so
what's happening with unisex toilets, Graham?
Well, it's fucking sexual assaults are going through the roof. School girls are refusing to go in school
because they don't want to get changed with boys.
Because it's unenforceable. It's it's
one
one of these things.
With the unisex toilets has asked to ask men to close the cubicle doors when they're having a piss, because obviously a bloke just goes in,
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
How it come you piss all over the seat, obviously. Got to close the doors. It's upsetting the women. I thought, if only there was an answer to this. If only there was an answer to women not being upset by men pissing. I just can't think what it might be.
I
I
know
think
it
there
is.
used to be something we did about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost as if you just went to these Victorian swimming pools and you'd see it carved into the brick itself, men and women.
Oh my God,
And
that's it. Great. Hey, maybe that's it.
yeah,
Maybe separate people according to sex.
I know. And here's the thing, man. Like for a guy, it's easy to just slap your cock out and have a piss, right? It's easy. But for a woman, it's very, very different. You
It
are
is.
putting yourself.
It's also very different from a lot of those
It's
guys on Twitter. They definitely sit down to piss.
but it's a palaver, isn't it? And what you're doing is, as you're putting your clothing in a position where it can easily be used to bind you, you're extremely vulnerable. You need to be safe, and the best way we found so far of doing that is keeping people with cocks out of that room completely and making
I
it
think that's a wise choice.
so that it is completely acceptable to be like, get out, what you're doing in it. It's a shameful thing. When I go into a women's toilet, as I have done many times, I feel a giddy excitement because it is wrong, and it's good that it's wrong. Very good culturally, it is. It's got fuck all to do with trannies.
Something has to be reached, but I do think the transsexuals, the genuine transsexuals, are under attack now from
Yeah.
from the gender folks. And it's all, but they are. It's true.
No, you just reminded me. Did you see that tweet that guy did where he was saying transsexuals is offensive?
Oh,
Because you're just supposed to say trans now. I know I had that little mini rant at him on Twitter saying like transsexuals are here, don't you try and erase them. Get used to it, bigot.
it's unreal. It's just unreal. I don't know what the fuck's going on. We've had this conversation many times, and you know, I don't know if it's me getting older and becoming less tolerant of people's sheer fuckery. But it's just becoming fucking unbearable. Every time I read something, then the newspapers will just make some shit up, like, you know, the Daily Mirror. People are saying they want Santa Claus to be gender fluid and change his name and be a woman. And of course, yeah, someone wrote in there, oh, you couldn't make this up, could you? I thought, well, the Daily Mirror fucking did.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
had its effect because obviously the minute I read it, I got furious.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
You
I,
know?
that's the only reason I ever drift into the Daily Mail, just for that weird
Oh, this
rage
was the
thing. I
Mirror.
know it's all bollocks. Oh, the
This
mirror,
was
the
the Mirror.
mirror. Oh, that's yeah, that's just
And
awful.
it just beggars fucking belief, doesn't it? It really does beg a belief.
I tell you what though, what you said about Twitter, the fact that they're on it, they're on it too much, just by the evidence being that Ash Sarkor ends up on Politics Live and Newsnight.